Ah, he phoned me, bro. GG's. Yeah.
I either aim to the left or to the right of him, and I used to have that shit on point. Like I got to adjust my aim once I ADS, and I used to like as soon as I ADS, my auto aim, like the little auto locking will kick in.
Yeah.
That shit would be straight in the middle of him.
Oh my god, you got burned. Position. One down. Two down. Three down. GG's. He's beamed.
Oh, he got fucked up.
Hey, would you take my number? Oh, you're looking very fine. Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Alright, okay. You want to take my number? But hey, listen. It's Division Addiction. Welcome back to another Division 2 video. Look at my character. She is looking lovely, man. Cowboy boots. We're in there, man. But if you're new to the channel, make sure you hit the subscribe button and the bell notification. But before we get into any of this, man, I just want to say, man, thank you for all the support on the channel. Oh, you can't look at that yet. Thank you for all the support on the channel. I really do appreciate it. You guys are absolutely amazing. We're so close to 11k subscribers now. I think we're like 50 subscribers away. Guys, you've been smashing the like goals, smashing the subscribe button, and I just really appreciate you guys clicking on my videos and viewing everything I've been posting. So if you enjoy videos like this, make sure you hit 100 likes onto this video so I can keep creating content for you guys. And man, we just got so much on the way, so keep your eyes open, man. Keep it there, you know. So as you can see, we have a lovely build here, a lovely build, and I really enjoy the way that I'm able to make builds like this now. I was talking about this previously before this update even came out, and was just really saying, like, imagine having builds where you could have a little bit more armor on a build that you deal a lot more damage. So having this build here is just, man, it's perfect. But before we dive into the pieces, I'm going to show you my weapons and why I'm using them. So guys, you know, man, right now my favorite AR in the game is the Carbine 7. We hit for 94k damage. The RPM is 790. It's just nice, man. And we got the 50 in the mag just to help us out, man. Seriously, seriously, I'm not even exaggerating, guys. Try this gun out as soon as you can, okay? Expertise, we have an extra 12% weapon damage onto this gun. Depending on your level, you can upgrade this and make it hit very hard. Core attributes, I'm happy with that. I really like to have that extra 9% damage to targets out of cover there. That's actually going to shred players in the dark zone or wherever you're playing if you're in conflict, because people don't really sit in cover unless, you know, they're not really about that face tanking life, or they just want to sit back and snipe. So most of the time people are out of cover, so this attribute here is actually going to help you a lot. Now for talents, we are running Flatline. Why? Because this is going to synergize with this whole build, okay? What does Flatline do? Amplifies weapon damage by 15% to post enemies, okay? After 3 kills, it applies a post to the next enemy you hit. Now, we also have the Kingbreaker on this build, which gives us 110k damage. I actually haven't upgraded this in terms of the expertise yet, but I will. I just, you know, want to make sure I'm upgrading the things that I use more often. But I have the Kingbreaker there as a secondary. You guys must be using it as your primary. I know it hits very hard, man, but I just like to use different things, like I said. So we have talents on here. We have perfect flatline. So the Kingbreaker comes with the perfect talent, which gives you the extra 5% to post enemies, which has an extra 20% damage to post enemies. Okay, so that's what the Kingbreaker does. And yeah, man, RPM may be slow, but this thing hits like a truck. Okay, so that's the two weapons and why I'm using them. I also have my Liberty here. If I'm just low and I just really feel like just to switch this weapon, get a quick headshot and just get him out, it hits very hard, 384k, then I will do it, okay? But it's very unlikely. It's just sometimes I just want to be, you know, a bit more stupid, and I'll just switch to this, you know? But apart from that, let's dive into our pieces and why we are running that. So as you can see, we are at 1.4 million. 1.4 million. With this build, man, It's super fun, okay? So for our mask, we are running a Fenris piece. Now, what does Fenris give us? That 10% assault rifle damage. We have armor, we have crit chance, crit damage, and a mod slot of crit damage there. We have 13% extra armor because of our expertise level, so that's helping us out a lot more. You guys can go towards whatever mask you want, either it's the new mask, the coyotes, any of these. Just pick whatever you want and just really play with what you think is going to suit your playstyle. Okay, so that's why I'm running the Fenris mask for the AR damage. For our chest piece, we are running a named chest, which is called Closer. This is part of the new brand set. For one piece, it gives you 5% total armor. We have armor on top, an extra 13% armor from the expertise. We have armor regen, which I would prefer crit chance, but you're going to see why I'm not really fussed about that in a second. Crit damage, a mod sort of crit damage there. And for the talents, what does this chest piece give us? Perfect Spotter. Now, what does this do? It increases total weapon damage and skill damage by 20% to post enemies. Okay, what are we running on our gun? Flatline. What does this do? 15% to post enemies. So we're getting a lot of damage by using Flatline and Spotter because they're synergizing together because they do the same thing. So this is actually the way you want to run Spotter in this update as of right now. Trust me, it's the best way to do it, and it hits very, very hard, guys. Very hard. Now for the holster, we have got a Grupo piece. Why? Because it gives us that 15% crit damage. We need crit damage, we need crits on this build, and that's what we're going towards. So it's only right that we use this brand set. We have weapon damage on top, 13% extra armor, crit chance, and crit damage. That's a nice God rolled holster right there. For the knee pad, we have gone towards the Fox Praise named knees, man. These are very nice. This gives you the extra 8% damage to targets out of cover, which I was talking about earlier on my gun here. As you can see, I have 9%, so that's actually going to give us an extra 17% damage to targets out of cover when we are playing in PvP, which is very strong, guys. We have 13% extra armor from the expertise, weapon damage on top, and crit damage on the bottom. Very nice knee pads here, and I would suggest running these if you want to get a lot of damage whilst you're beaming from far. Now for the gloves, we are actually using the Providence set. Now we have two pieces, which gives you the extra 15% headshot damage and 10% crit chance. Again, we need crits, so that's why I've gone towards this second piece. We have armor, and we have an extra 13% armor from the expertise list. We have 5.4% crit chance and 11.2% crit damage on these gloves. Okay, so again, crits, armor, this is what we're heading towards, man. Now for the backpack, we have our second piece of Providence, weapon damage, an extra 13% armor again, and we have crit damage, crit chance, and a mod slot of crit damage there. For the talents, we are running Vigilance, because when you're beaming from far, you're not always going to be getting hit, so Vigilance is going to be there to proc. It increases your total weapon damage by 25%, taking damage disables the buff for 4 seconds, so of course if you do get shot at, Vigilance is not going to proc. Now any other talent that you want to use, you can use. Just put it down in the comment section what you would prefer instead of Vigilance. Maybe if it's concussion, adrenaline rush, like what would you rather run instead of Vigilance? Just for me, because I'm beaming from far, I like to use this talent because not all the time they're going to be shooting me. So this is going to proc, and this is going to deal a lot of damage. So to me, guys, this is the ultimate Spotter build. Without any complaints, you guys can use any other pieces you want, but I'm just having so much fun with this build right now. And because of the expertise, I would usually be sitting at 1.3 million armor, but I'm sitting at 1.4 million. And I'm not even maxed out on my expertise yet. So I really do think that I'm able to hit 1.5 on this build. And I'm going to be doing so much damage, guys, when I max this out. And I probably will update you guys on my community page, or maybe in a video when I've updated these, these builds that I'm working on. So I really do appreciate you guys checking in and watching these videos. The skills, we are using the Defender Drone and the Decoy. I actually need to level up my Defender Drone. It's only sitting at 2% extra damage reduction. I know some people that are sitting at 14. I really need to do that because, man, trust me, this is very strong in this patch. Okay, you can run whatever skills you want, but for me, these are skills that I'm going to be using. Also, guys, I wanted to mention, make sure that you are running the laser pointer technician. Okay, this is actually gonna proc Spotter and proc flatline. Why? Because when you aim at the person, it's gonna pulse them. If you do not have this laser pointer on, if you are not using a technician specialization, you will have to use a pulse skill. Now, I wouldn't suggest that because that's on cooldown. If you're in a fight, you might not have a pulse, which means you will not get flatline or Spotter. So please, guys, make sure that you are running a technician specialization if you're using a spotter build. It's just my opinion on what I think you should run. Let's go back. Oh, it's raining outside. For the stats, we have 51% crit chance, and for the crit damage, we have 163% on our Carbon 7. Now, if we switch to the Kingbreaker, we have the same amount, okay? So, like I was saying before, as you can see, I'm sitting at 1.4 million armor, okay? So, just take that into consideration, guys. You know, you really want to make sure that you're hitting hard, but with this expertise system, you can get that advantage of having a little bit more armor and surviving a little more longer, okay? So let me know what you guys think of this build in the comment section below. Please put your thoughts, put all your opinions down. Tell me what you think of this build and the gameplay. I really do appreciate every single one of you. Seriously, you guys are just amazing, man. It's been very hard for me to continue content, but you guys are just pushing up the energy, and I appreciate it a lot. I'm gonna keep going, okay? So if you're new to the channel, make sure you hit the subscribe button, man. Join the family, and if you're enjoying the content, make sure you smash that like button, okay? Let's get 100 likes onto this build video. Would appreciate it highly. It's been Division Addiction. I'm gonna be posting another build most likely tomorrow, so keep your eyes open, and I'm out. Peace. Have a good day.